Hey, what's up guys? We're here at the Microsoft Visitor Center in Redmond to get a first look at the Surface Pro 6. So here are our first impressions. We're going to have to spend more time with this for a full in-depth review, as many of the upgrades this year are internal spec bumps rather than aesthetic upgrades. But mainly this year, the Surface Pro line is back in black. And boy does it feel different than the previous Surface Pro 5 line. It's still magnesium alloy, but this year it's finished with this black lining. It feels incredible to touch, and you can tell an immediate difference versus the Surface Pro 5 line versus a standard finish, which is still available this year. It's your classic design with your kickstand and available accessories such as your pen, but be very careful because now with this new black matte option, this is very vulnerable to scratches from your additional pen accessories or your laptop charger or even car keys or daily usage. So just an FYI for those who probably will take the new black matte option. Again, it might be a fingerprint magnet and not so scratch resistance. Now keyboard and pen again are optional accessories for this device, and the bezel size has virtually remained the same. But the dimensions this year, same as last year, 11.5 by 7.9 inches, almost 0.33 inches thick with an SSD coming in 128, 256, or 512 options, but this year there's an additional 1 terabyte option, and you still have your same 12.3 inch pixel sense display with your 2736 by 1824 resolution. That's 267 ppi and an aspect ratio that the Surface line is known for, 3:2. It's the same digitizer, 10-point multi-touch, but the differences here are included is the battery life, which is 13.5 hours, which Microsoft claims to be all-day usage based on their video playback tests. And also the base RAM has been upgraded to 8 gigabytes, especially at the $899 price point. It seems to be a little more fitting versus a lot of flack they took last year for the 4 gigabytes of RAM model. Lastly, Microsoft has included the new 8th gen Intel Core i5 or i7 processors. All the connections remain the same. You still have the 3.5mm headphone jack, you have one USB 3.0 port, the main display port, service connector, and the type cover port with a micro SDX card reader, all compatible with the Surface accessories such as the dial. You'll notice that there's no USB-C this year. That's an unfortunate omission, but we'll see. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Again, probably trade-offs here with the standard Surface proprietary connector that we all have accessories for, or you want to move to USB-C. Maybe with the next model, because we know that the Surface Studio 2, the Surface Book 2 all have USB-C connectors already. As for the camera, you still have the Windows Hello interface. It's 5.0 front-facing camera with 8.0 rear focus autofocus camera with 1080p for both the front-facing and the back for HD video. And you have dual microphones and Dolby Audio. Again, very similar to last year except for the casing. It's a signature unibody magnesium design with quote-unquote hidden perimeter venting. If you look closely, you'll see some fan lining here, and again, the black finish that we have this year that really differentiates it to prove that you're running the most updated model. So overall impressions are this thing is beautiful. It feels great to the touch. It looks very similar, but Microsoft claims a 60% increase in speed over last year's model, as well as a 13.5 all-day battery life. As for physical buttons, you still have your volume and your power button in a chassis that weighs nearly 1.7 pounds for the Core i5 and 1.73 pounds for the Core i7. Now personally, I've switched to the Surface Book 2, but this has got me excited for something in this form factor that's so light, it's so powerful, great for everyday usage. Again, I love the way it feels, and it's not broken. The tablet stand just works. You have this keyboard cover. There's virtually no compromises if you're going to choose this 2-in-1 tablet. It's still the flagship of its generation. Please go ahead and check it out for yourselves at any of the located Microsoft stores. You can go ahead and feel the finish, feel how sensitive it is. As for me, well, it's up to decide if this is worthy of another upgrade, especially for those coming from the Pro 5 line waiting for the LTE models. Also released is the Surface Laptop 2. So now you're debating different form factors, different iterations, and it's disappointing to see that there isn't a USB-C and that the bezel size is nearly the same. But the significant changes are all under the hood. It's iterative, it's the newest gen Intel Core quad-core processors, longer battery life, a new color chassis. We'll just have to decide for yourself. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the new Surface Pro 6 line. Stay tuned for an in-depth review of the Surface Studio, and always, thanks for watching.